Hi everybody. So a little bit of a backstory on the polar bluefish. We've had him for about 9 months now. He is my husband's favorite fish. And about a month ago we had a couple larger fish that all of a sudden became aggressive, so we had to move some things around in tanks. And that fish ended up being moved to a different tank. He always had been sassy, held his own. He did really good. We weren't really concerned with him. And then one morning we woke up and he was just missing. We had lost one the night before to the more aggressive fish, so we figured that his fate had been sealed the same. Um, we didn't see any remains. We just figured somebody had picked him clean. So fast forward a month, 4 days ago, and I go into the room where the tanks are, and he's just laying there, alive. No idea where he came from exactly. So we started kind of hunting around, and then also a smaller fish that had been missing for a few days or so, we had thought, because this fish had kind of done that for the last little bit now, where he would just disappear for a few days. But he was small, so many places for him to hide. And this fish was sitting with him. And at first I thought he was going to pick at him, but he wasn't. He was just sitting with him, like trying to protect him. So my husband didn't want to see him right away because he was just like, nope, we know how this goes. Fish, when they get rough, or it just goes downhill fast. Like, the fact that he was still alive was just beyond amazing to all of us in the house. If you're in fish, you know that it just sometimes happens. So he made it that first 24 hours, and again, my husband was still kind of skeptical, and I said, no, I don't think he's ready to quit yet. I mean, you look at this fish's eyes, and it's not like looking at a fish like a lot of people think, yo, why don't you just flush it? It's, he looks rough. I'm not God, and I can't. I feel really actually inspired by this little guy. I mean, he has every odd against him right now. He's literally basically missing a fin completely on one side, and the other side is pretty beat up. And yet he still finds ways to move around that tank, to just keep going. And I mean, we all have those days where we don't see how we can keep going, where whatever it is in our lives, whether it be your health, whether it be just financials, or just things in life that are just tough and hard, and you just want to give up. And I think that it's just a good reminder to us all that you are capable of anything. I mean, for me right now, we're still battling some of this health stuff, obviously, and we've got a lot of big things coming with that, but it was a really good reminder to me that to not give up, no matter what, no matter how discouraged you may get, or how hard it may seem, or no matter how many times you feel like you're asking God to just take it away or make it better, and it doesn't happen, and it doesn't happen, and it doesn't happen. But you know what? He is working on it. Things take time, and it's not always on our time, and that's where you just sometimes have to take a breath and just trust that he's got you. I mean, for me right now, even with this fish, my husband tried putting him in a keeper, and I just knew. I said, he will not make it if we put him in a keeper. And I know he's worried about other fish in the tank and stuff, but they don't bother him. It's really amazing. I mean, the fish sizes in there compared to him right now are pretty decent in a difference, and they don't touch him. It's like he is protected by something, and that is hopeful for me. I mean, even just the smallest things like that, you can see miracles in, and it's a big deal in our household right now. I mean, it's big on my kids, who are getting to be more of their own intellectual and spiritual people, and making their decisions, and making, their own opinions on things, and questioning what they're going to do with their lives. And it really just helps bring that message back home, and it makes them be more hopeful, and it makes them have a better, more open relationship, and acknowledging God in their life. And that's a big deal. It really is. So So I hope you all are having a great day. I hope you find a little bit of inspiration in our little story here. Might not be a big deal, but sometimes those little things are. Have a blessed night.